I used to have 3 different ways of communicating on set. The first one was, Ryan, move that thing 2 feet to the left. Other left. Too far. My next way was better, sort of. Ryan, move that thing 3. Dude, you gotta take this. The third way was also not ideal. Dude, pick up your phone. Pick up. That used to be the way I communicated on set. All 3 of them were not ideal.
This is where wireless headsets come in. These are the Hollyland Solidcom C1 headsets.
I just used these on a short film. I was able to mic up my entire crew, and there was no yelling, there was no phone calls, and the day went by faster because of that. These headsets are nice because you can just flip down the headset, and now everyone on the team has a mic to everyone else. And all throughout the day, if I needed to get someone's attention, it was easy as going, Ryan, move that lamp 3 feet to the left. Jokes aside, I did use these on set for the first time on a short film, and I absolutely loved using these headsets. And I came home and wrote down all the pros and cons of these headsets and going through what me and my team liked and didn't like with these. The first pro that everyone had was clear communication with the team, and it's especially handy when you're in different rooms or different parts of the set. For this short film, I rented out an Airbnb, and I had lights on the outside of the house blasting through the windows. We had to go outside and adjust lights, and sometimes I was putting a car mount on a car, and someone else was doing something in the kitchen. Sometimes when you're on set, finding whoever you need to talk to is more of a task and takes longer than the answer you get from them. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes to find someone to ask them a 10-second yes or no question. So with these, time really was of the essence. We only had 1 day to shoot this thing, and these headsets made the day go by actually faster. The next bullet point was you can mute these and the mic isn't always hot. Every once in a while at first, my friends, you can also put these behind you and wear them on the other ear if you prefer. So my friends didn't know that the microphones went all the way back, so they were pushing them this way, thinking this was muted, because why wouldn't they know? But it was funny, like someone would be having a conversation and we're like, hey, does this pertain to us or what? And they're like, oh no, I muted my mic. And we're like, yeah, you can't put it like, 145 degrees behind you. It has to be 90 degrees or 0 degrees straight up. So that was a bit of a learning curve, but that was the most learning curve of using these headsets. Everyone these days is playing video games. The first thing they do when they get these, where are we dropping? Everyone knows how to mute and unmute, assuming you don't go too far, but there was literally 0 learning curve handing these to all of my friends on set. Everyone just got up and running very quickly. You don't need the base station to use all of these headsets together. You can use the master headset, and when this headset is on, it's broadcasting to all of the other headsets. This is the 6 headset kit, so I had 5 other people mic'd up on set, and everyone was able to communicate as long as my master headset was on. You can get around this on larger productions. This is probably a good idea. You have to buy the separate base station. The base station wasn't something we needed. I just needed to remember to keep my master headset on throughout the day so everyone could talk to each other. Again, this is not a big deal. If I have my headset on, it should be on anyways. I also didn't experience any dropouts with these. That was another thing I was concerned about. Not having that base station, was the range actually going to be just line of sight, or could I actually get a signal through a couple of different walls? So if I'm in the kitchen, there's 4 walls between the outside lamp and me, and I was still able to talk to my gaffer to move the light around, and I didn't experience any dropouts at all without the base station. The next bullet point I had is these are lightweight and comfortable. I gave these to 5 other people when we were on set, and no one complained that these were uncomfortable to wear. We had a 12-hour day, so everyone was wearing these for probably 11 hours with lunch. Still, wearing these wasn't uncomfortable, and you can adjust them if you needed to. This next one I wrote down after I got home and I was packaging all these up and charging them. There are 6 extra batteries for the 6 headset kit, and I was able to have these batteries charged before I went. The battery, jumping ahead here, the battery life lasted all day, and I still have some battery life left. But I also had an extra set of batteries ready to go just in case someone needed them. My next bullet point was charging multiple batteries at once. Again, the included battery charging hub and charger is a lifesaver. It charges all of them at once and you're ready to go. You're not using one charger to charge multiple different batteries. I'm a huge fan of the charging hub. And the next bullet point was you feel more connected with the shoot overall. Again, if you need help with something, you're not yelling and you're like, I don't feel like yelling, I'm just gonna do this myself. Like, you can flip this down, ask for help, and someone's gonna come help you, even if they're not in the same room or you're by yourself somewhere else. It's only one microphone flip away. I feel like I'm harping on this left and right, but it was strange how much of a shift it was in making things a lot easier throughout the day. The next pro was voice comms are clear and easy to hear.
When it comes to sound quality, this is what the Hollyland Solidcom C1 headsets sound like, and this was the audio quality we were getting all day without any dropouts, without using the base station.
They offer a noise canceling version. These are not the noise canceling version, and I had no problem whatsoever. But if you're in a loud concert environment, you're probably going to get the noise canceling version and like crank the volume all the way up. For us, I don't even think I really made any adjustments. I just turned them on and everyone was synced up and working. So there really wasn't much configuration at all. So now we're on to my cons, and I'm going to admit these cons are very picky and they're really not deal breakers, but I had some cons when I was using these. And the first one was when I came back and I needed to charge all of these, taking the batteries out of 6 different headsets, like taking it out of the case, opening it up, taking the battery out, putting the new battery in, old battery out. It was a little bit tedious, but I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I've just been really spoiled with like AirPods style charging cases for, headphones and microphones like the DJI mics. So that is something that I'm really spoiled with. Again, I'm being really picky here. It took me like, 5 minutes to charge all of these, which isn't a huge deal when you're dealing with 6 different microphones. So that was a picky con, but that was one of the cons that I had. The next con was flipping the mic up to mute could have more of a bump or resistance to let you know that the mic is muted. It doesn't take long to figure out the mic mute position, but a few people weren't properly muting the mics. It's not a huge deal. They figured it out pretty quickly. Again, I touched on this earlier. Keeping the mic straight up is just muting it. So it actually is pretty easy once you know the limitations of it. You can't just push it all the way backwards and like have it mute, because now it thinks your headset's on the other way. So again, super picky, but that was one thing that I ran into. The next con I had was they're more expensive than walkie-talkies or calling someone on set, but there's nothing like flipping the mic down and having instant communication with the team that really takes your productions to the next level and speeds up all of your time on set. Like I said, I've tried the yelling technique, I've tried the walkie-talkie technique, and I've tried the calling technique. They all are not ideal, especially when you're through multiple walls away from each other, and someone left their walkie or their phone on the kitchen table, but they're outside. It doesn't matter how loud you yell, you're only going to escalate the tension of the day by constantly yelling over each other. And when you can just flip down a mic and have instant communication with people, it really does show in your production. Again, I have had a fantastic time using these Hollyland headsets, and they will be coming with me on set from now on. What do you guys think of using headsets on set? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And thank you guys for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.